Yumi is a counter-type defender unit specializing in getting the enemy's attention with long taunts and sponging as much damage as she can with her high evasion, high HP, and making sure that all her comrades in battle perform to their maximum ability while she takes on every hit the enemy can dish out. With just 3 deployment points, you can drop her into the field and she can take care of whoever is on the front line, as well as taunt enemies she can get within range of. Being a defender with high evasion, all her skills focus on increasing that evasion to last as long as she can in battle, as well as taunting her opponents for long periods of time and relieving any stress and damage aimed at her comrades and funnel nearly all the hits she can for her team. Her passive increases her evasion by a huge 50% for 20 seconds after deployment. At max level, she decreases all damage taken by 15%. Her special skill performs a forward flying spin, dealing AoE damage. Any units hit by this skill will have their hit decreased by 30% as well as attack Yumi for the next 5 seconds. At max level, the debuff also decreases enemy attack by 10%. Her ultimate divides her sword into 2 and deals a flurry of AoE damage, as well as increasing her evasion by another 50%. At max level, she gains 15% damage resistance for the same duration. With high evasion and high HP, her role as a tank is cemented further with her skills increasing evasion and damage resistance, in addition to taunting her opponents for considerable lengths of time. She will, of no doubt and uncertainty, be slowly but painfully whittled down by enemy snipers and rangers with their high hit and a ceaseless barrage of damage, especially since there will be no units attacking them or harassing them. Yumi is already a tank, so pairing her with other tanks wouldn't be that effective since rangers and snipers will still be trimming you down. Units with large AoE radius attacks can help thin down enemy HP from both front and rear of most enemy teams, paving the way for units that deploy anywhere to finish them off. Heals and or barriers will obviously be a staple in keeping her alive for as long as possible. Operators that can increase evasion or damage resistance, as well as lower enemy attack and hit, will always be welcome additions to the fight. A lowered attack or less damage taken overall will still help your tanks. Yumi in this case lasts longer in battle and prepare her evasion increasing skills again for another bout. If you're feeling dangerous, you can take units that can spawn behind your opponents and hastily remove rangers or snipers, thus removing the main damage dealers from their squad. From then on, you only need to keep pushing forward and overwhelm the enemy with your squad. This tactic does indeed work in most cases, but will need a specific set of operators and ships for it to work. Other ops with high evasion like Jushiyoung, Eugene, Hilde, or Jane Doe can benefit from Yumi, as she lowers enemy hit by a fair amount, therefore increasing their survivability in battle. Han Sorim is also a great operator for decreasing hit with her special skill. Add to that her specialty as a defender killer, shredding down tanks with relative ease, and is perfect when paired with Yumi's role as a tank. Be sure to grab her tailored weapon, as she is one of the units with a counter case file. Her weapon increases skill haste by a good chunk, and she can keep up her special skill while in battle. Main stats should either be HP or evasion, as evasion lowers damage depending on enemy's hit and Yumi's evasion. Remember that she is still a tank, not a DPS. So maximizing defense stats like crit damage resistance or ground damage resistance, as well as anti-sniper/ranger resistance, and topping it off with evasion and HP set bonuses will be the way to go with Yumi. As for your ships, be sure to analyze your team comp and read every operator's skills and passives before deciding which ship is good for you. Remember that your ship needs to benefit the whole squad you're using and not just Yumi alone. So don't be too hasty on guides telling you to grab Enterprise right away. Every ship is still good for PvE and PvP when used correctly. The only ship you would want for Yumi specifically is Gleipnir pod type, as it increases evasion of your whole team by quite a lot. Ships like New Ohio can be taken if you're pairing her with evasion units, with its skill decreasing hit by 50% and its ultimate increasing evasion by 50% when cast. If you're confident with Yumi's tankiness, you can opt for more damage-centered ships like Kami-Izumi. For any general type of content, Lake Superior and Enterprise is always a good choice, although banhammers hit these two ships quite often. A substitute for Lake Superior or Enterprise can be Gleipnir armor type, replacing HP with armor and defense. Like I said before, you can place Yumi into any team comp and do pretty well with any content the game can throw at you. Just be sure to keep her alive and take advantage of her high evasion by increasing it or lowering enemy hit. Teams centered around her should consist of rangers decreasing enemy attack, executioners for killing low HP opponents, and supports with evasion increasing buffs and lowering enemy hit or attack. Of course, they come with either healing or barriers depending on which you like better. Yumi is a high evasion tank built for facing enemies head-on and taking everything your enemies can throw at her. With her taunt skills that increase evasion, as well as lowering hit of her opponents, she can last longer than most units in the game. Paired with the right fighters and rangers to synergize with her kit, supports to increase her survivability, and snipers to help whittle down your opponents, you can count on her to be the first to enter the battle and still be there standing with your team until the end. And that's gonna be it for Yumi's overview as well as themes and general build guide. Be sure to like and subscribe as well as clicking that bell icon to keep up with my Counterside content. Comment down below on who do you think I should make an overview for next. Alright, I'll see you guys later and bye!